So, thanks for coming from lunch. I hope you enjoyed it more than I did. Now, with just a small delay, I welcome you. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Nokubi?
Yes.
Nokubi-san, who will tell us a bit about search engine, full text search engines in Debian, especially when using Chinese, Japanese, and Korean characters, which might be quite interesting for us Europeans. So, Nokubi-san, the stage is yours.
Thank you.
So at first I apologize you guys to my in my file I couldn't update my presentation, so it was almost same as a Debian mini conference in this year about 3 months ago, but some status were updated, so I talked about such notes, and the presentation has some Chinese characters, but I borrowed a machine and it didn't have any Chinese characters, so I will be switch my machine in later. So my presentation is focused as such engine implementations in Debian, and there are many softwares, and they have some different algorithms. So I try to describe such algorithms and characteristics differences. And then, by the way, I'm Japanese, and the most important issue is to handle Japanese characters, and such issue was very similar for Asian languages. So I talked about such language issue. Then I'll describe. I'll introduce some packages in Debian, and then I have. In Friday, I'll talk about another buff with talking about documentation in Debian, and so I'll talk about such things in this this session. So at first, algorithms. There are three major algorithms. At first, inverted index. And second is n-gram. And third is suffix array. And inverted index is most popular method. The method is formally very easy to describe. This example is three text files. File A has a phrase search engine in Debian and blah blah blah. File B has there is a Steam engine and yada yada. File C has Debian social contract. And such so in this case, the word search is contains file A and file C, and the word engine is contain file A and file B, and so inverted index is such a dictionary-based index. So index has such a word and a pair of the word and content file. So people can easy to find which file contains a word. So it's very easy to implement. But there are some. It has some problems. For usually, Latin language is Latin language usually each word is split it by space or something. But some Asian languages is not. So in such situation, I need to split such words by some another methods. And and it's hard to match the part of word. If so, for example, a person want to find all words it contains SEA. For such situation, the search engine need to search full words it contains SEA. So it takes more cost, but not impossible. And third problem is how to match the phrase. Default, it's not so hard, but it needs to record each positions of words. So, for example, the search was file A in the top or file C in somewhere like so. Then someone want to search some phrase, so the engine need to check such words were placed sequentially. And then I'll describe about n-gram algorithm. N means any numbers, but usually use 2 gram. 2 gram is also called bigram. So I'll describe about the bigram algorithm. This is an example. There is a word Debian, and so it will be indexed like left part. So sequentially 2 characters will be recorded as the index. So BE and EB, BI and BIA and AN. So and also such part of word place of the part of word are also recorded. So it be able to match the part of any word. For example, someone want to search BIA. So in that case, the engine checks BI and IA, and it will be placed in sequentially. So, correct phrases are perfectly covered, so it has no such missing. Inverted index was based on what, so some some algorithm causes such missing, but n-gram was not. However, it has some problem. At first, it requires many calculation, because, for example, in biogram, all phrases were separated as two letters, so the engine needs to check all of parts and its place. It takes many costs than inverted index. And also, it causes too many match. For example, someone wants to search SEA, C, the word C. So, when inverted index C is search it was recorded as a search, not and C is also recorded as another word, but n-gram was recorded in SE and EA. Such words were recorded as exactly same. So the engine was find C and such. So some situation it causes a problem. And third algorithm, suffix array. It is the index is presented recorded as a pointer of a full file. So the example is a file in the word Debian, and the point sorry. So suffix array, when it considers such data as semi-infinite strings. So it is let's say Debian and dropped E Bian. Sorry, dropped D EBIAN and dropped E BIAN and IAN, AN and N. Such strings are semi-infinite string. So, and then the algorithm is sorted as alphabetical order. So then the index data was like this order: A, B, D, E, I, N, such order. And the data is pointers. So usually it was recorded as 32-bit. So usually the index size is 4 times of the original file. It's very huge. And almost advantage is almost same as n-gram, and disadvantage is also same. But another characteristic is the algorithm needs to remain the original source, because usually it was searched by binary search. So, but the index recorded only pointer, so the engine need to check the original source to see. And it costs very expensive about indexing. So this example is very small, but usually the target text would be very large. So semi-infinite strings were very long. So it needs very high calculation cost for sorting. And then I'll describe about Azure language issue. I already said about inverted index description. Usually it needs to segment each word. So usually Azure language were not separated by space, so we need to segmentation process. And some languages has some variant of word suffix, like Japanese. And also they have many kinds of encodings. Sorry. In this page, it contains Japanese, but it could be displayed, so please take. Sorry, this invisible space is in some Japanese characters, and it was split about 4 parts, and there are 3 Japanese words. So there are some methods to segmentation. The most easy way is using Kakashi. It is dictionary-based software, and when some words are matched in the dictionary, it tries to split. And it has most longest words were preferred. And another way is morphological analysis. It is the method is natural language-based algorithm. So some words are categorized as noun or verb or something. It is called morphology. So this method is also dictionary based, but it calculates the Japanese syntax, right? So usually verbs were not occurred sequentially, or some many rules are there are many rules. So then it is analyzed by some software. So there are two major softwares in open source. First is Jasen, and second one is Mekab. Jasen only supports Japanese, but Mekab is designed as for many languages. Jasen has such syntax rule, but Mekab is more simplified. So it could be usable for other languages, but it has only Japanese dictionary, so it can currently only support Japanese. So this is also this way. There are also many Japanese words, but it couldn't be this way. So usually Japanese verbs have very many variants. It looks like stemming in English. Usually base style is moved, and the variants are moves or moved or moving. There are also similar things were in Japanese, but it's really complex. Okay, I can prepare to display Japanese presentation date. So please wait a minute. So sorry, I usually use Windows with cooperative Linux. Okay. Yes, it's Japanese word, and then so it's word suffix example. it is 動く it means same as move, and it is best style, and this is variant 動かない、動きます was some other. So 動かない is same as not move, and 動きます is same as it can move. Such very there are very many variants, and it's very hard to split. And another issue, character encodings. Encodings is a mapping between a letter and identify code. For usually, many people are using ASCII code. ASCII is maps alphabet large A as a hex for 1. The details were described as map page section 5 ASCII. It is very simple, but Japanese character is very large, so I couldn't display any individual example, but it is an example of Asian character encodings. In this example, Chinese and Korean were only displayed one encoding, but I heard there are many kind of encodings. And Japanese has usually have used three types of encodings. The first of things is ISO 2022 JP. It is based. It is usually used in email. Second one is EUCJP. EUC means extended Unix code. And third one is shift-JIS. The shift-JIS is also there are many kind of variants. So Windows style was macOS style was something. So it causes very many problems. So usually such engines need to convert into one encodings. However, some encodings have not same not cover the same character sets. So for example, character are in encoding A, but not there in encoding B. There such problem is there. So and detection is not. It could be, but not perfectly, because in some case it could be classified by sequence. So and EUC variants are almost same method for encoding. So it couldn't be classified by languages. So EUC, CN, and JP and KR, it seems almost same. And then Unicode has some issue for Asian people, because some letters were mapped into same code point. However, usually such character was different uh, different figures. So usually Asian people were considered as such differences were uh, usually want to map another code, but it was gathered in Unicode. And then I'll describe some search engine implementation in Debian. HTD is very popular for ASCII or single byte encodings. It is based on inverted index, and it could be able to handle local file only. So remote files like HTTP or FTP or something couldn't be handled. And it's very famous. It has developed since 1995. The second one is monogo search. It was also based inverted index. It also can only handle a local file, and it supports some kind of backend database, so PostgreSQL, MySQL, and SQLite. And it also supports internationalization. And but its Japanese support required Chasen. Chinese word segmentation software is included, so Chinese character can only indexed by only this software only. And the third one is Swish++. It is also based on inverted index. And it supports various formats, HTML, MP3, LaTeX, and something. MP3 is usually based on ID splitter. And it supports UTF-8. However, it has index specs for the word was separated by space, so it couldn't be usable for Asian languages. And sorry, it is a suffix array, based on suffix array. And so the algorithm's limitation, it can be only support single file, and it supports two encodings, UTF-8 and EUCJP, but it could be used for EUC CN or KR. And there are some language bindings, Ruby and Perl and Ruby and Python. And Namaz, it is also based on inverted index, but it supports English and Japanese. So, and it also supports some various formats like Swish++. The difference is such file format supporting is based on plugin, so it could be easy to add another format for support. And S layer, it it has two it supports two algorithms, inverted index and unigram. Uni means one. So in that type, I described about bigram. So unigram is split it once for one character. And the upstream also of S layer is developed the hyper S layer, the successor of the software. It supports bigram, and it is also it was already installed in Debian. So then this section was considered as another session both, but I try to talk about something. There are some documentation systems in Debian. BWWW, it is web-based Debian documentation system. It supports HTML and GNU info and man pages. And it works with Swish++, so it could be it's full text search, but it's only for English. dhelp is also almost same software, but it supports only only files in user/share/docs. It also works Swish++. So such software is very useful, but not considered about internationalization. So it is not good for Asian or another languages people. So I consider about what's wrong. So usually there are many files in stored in documentation directory, but there are I checked some softwares and it seems no policy. So if someone want to make some search engine index, so they need to detect language or encodings. It's really hard. Info is also same problem, and usually GNU info was only supported ASCII characters only. Some files are written in Japanese encodings, but it is also some files are different start by some different encodings. One page seems good situation because they are already split by languages. So one page is easier to make index with for some languages. So I think I need internationalization policy for documentation. I think there are some methods. Consider about some methods, but it should be good for language prefixing file names. Usually, Apache Apache supports such methods, so it will be useful. And dhelp and dwww were only considered about switch to Laplace. So I think we need some indexing or searching Laplace software to handle other languages. So I consider about such issue in Friday's talk. So I want to join some people about if someone have interest. So in the future, we need more integrated documentation system in Debian, like desktop search system, Google or Yahoo or something. I think Beagle seems good for such situation, and webcam search is also good for personal use. www offline software has such systems, but it was already the development was already stalled, so I need another software. And so someone tried to make Apache module with HyperText layer. So it could be useful for web proxy and web proxy search engine. Yes, desktop search. GNOME has already have big, but it is based on .c. .c is implemented by Mono, so and currently not supported Asian language, but it has a capability to handle another languages, so it could be useful for this purpose. KDE has not such software, but they announced to implement on KDE4. So for personal use, I consider about such requirements: internationalization and multi-profile format support and user-friendly front-end. So www offline was already supported with ACDig or Namazu. So it could be useful, but developers already finished. So Namazu also supported script file cache format, so it could be also useful. However, Mozilla Firefox, such like big browser, has their own cache systems, but it couldn't be supported. So this presentation I talked about many software packaged in Debian and implementation. And I talked about some issue for internationalization. And I consider we need documentation policy for internationalization. Sorry, I'm not familiar about English, so it will be hard to hear Anyway, the slide was finished. So if someone have a question, please ask me.
Okay.
Okay, can you do you know other issues with for instance languages in the Middle East, Arab or other languages such as Hindi, how they are served with such?
Yeah, I'm not research of national languages, but I had sorry. Your question is another language like Arabian or Arabian language or Vietnam or something. Another things. Yeah. Yes. I have. I had almost similar they have almost similar problem like what the suffix and one segmentation. So to solve this problem, it requires such languages knowledge. So I couldn't, but there are some researchers in Japan, so he could be solve this problem. If you can to one try that is M17N library. It is it means multilingualization, and it is a natural language researchers software. So it supports many languages like such another languages. So it could be solve such problem, I think.
Yeah, so my question was, you've gone through most of the search engines that are in Debian at the moment. With Beagle, are you looking at including documentation or file format searching inside of that? Because it already handles most of those, like for emails and for instant messages. Which one are you particularly focused on improving for Debian?
At first, I considered about documentation file in packages, and then I considered to spread about such personal users data. So such so I think however such personal data is considered about such GNOME or KDE, such big desktop system are considered about it. So
okay, so so the other question I had is, we can already since we already have the package, we can already create the index files for searching purposes. We could have in part of the package the index file. You drop it in a location, and rather than having something say like locate run every night on a cron job, you just have, once you install the package, you already have the index file built in. Do any of the search engines here lend themselves to that kind of ability to search through multiple files or concatenate multiple files into one large search engine system? So in the Debian package, for example, you might have the how-tos might come with an index already pre-built. So there might be DH underscore search engine index or something. Have you considered using that idea particularly?
it should be good, I think. But some indexes file were host byte order, so it could be hard to use in another architecture.
You also have a size issue.
Sure.
And, you know, we've already sort of had a history of thinking about splitting documentation in general into separate packages, so this could probably come down on either side of that.
But some of the changes that dpackage is supposed to have in it in the future is the ability to say anything installed under user share doc, throw it away. I'm not interested in it. So I kind of think that size issue won't be such a problem in the future.
Still addresses media size and download times, and gee, you're from Australia, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, aren't you the guys who wanted rsynchable and gzip? No, my point is these all just have to be balanced.
Sure.
I agree, because to me, the greatest use of this kind of search technology is personal search. And I think we don't have a very well coordinated solution for that right now. I think some of the things that the GNOME and KDE folks are looking at are good steps in that direction, but until I have a good, easy way to find things in the 40-ish gigabytes of my email archive, and to be able to do it, you know, on something I can carry around with me,
Yeah.
I'm not happy.
Yeah. Right.
So, got a ways to go.
And or maybe solved by Google.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So, thanks for your talk. There will be no more session in this room. And I forgot what is going up in the other room. I'm sorry.
Custom Debian distributions.
Yeah, custom Debian distributions. Browse a visit, go up there. Please remember that bottles and cans and all this stuff can be bought back where you bought them and you get money back. If you don't intend to do that, don't just throw them away. We put up some special bags for that. So we of the organization will return them and try to finance step conf 7, 8 and 9 with that. Thanks.
It'll have to be a cheaper country if we're going to fund the Debian.